I never thought waking up early could feel so surreal. My name is Darien Cole, a human engineer assigned to the remote medical outpost on Erythra 9, a planet in the outer rim of the Arcones sector. I was recovering from a minor accident that had damaged my ship while navigating a meteor field. Nothing serious, but enough for the outpost to insist I stay in their care for observation. The medical facility was unlike any human hospital I had seen. Sleek, almost organic, with walls that pulsed faintly with a soft bioluminescence. The nurses were all alien, with elegant features, tall and slender bodies, and skin that shifted subtly in color based on their emotions. One nurse, in particular, caught my attention immediately. She was small by her species standards, with deep green eyes that shimmered like liquid emerald. I hadn't realized it at first, but her expression seemed heavy. I woke earlier than usual, feeling the strange chill of alien morning air filtering through the observation dome. The bed sensors blinked gently, indicating my vitals were normal. That's when I saw her standing by the wall, silently observing me. Her hands were clasped behind her back, and her gaze was focused downward. "You shouldn't be awake yet," she said softly, her voice melodic and soothing, yet carrying an edge of concern. I rubbed my eyes, trying to shake off the lingering dreamlike quality of the facility. "I couldn't sleep," I admitted. "Something about this place, it's different." Her eyes flicked up to mine, and for a moment, the green light in them seemed dimmer, almost watery. I noticed a faint glimmer running down her cheek. "Why are you crying?" I asked, the words escaping before I could think better of it. She froze. Her body stiffened, as if I had just broken some invisible protocol. Then, very slowly, she turned to face me fully. The bioluminescence of the room reflected off her iridescent skin, and I could see the full weight of her emotions. "I did not expect you to notice," she whispered. Her voice trembled slightly. "Humans, you notice things differently. You see beyond the surface." I sat up straighter, my curiosity mixing with concern. "I didn't mean to intrude. But your tears, there's something you're feeling. I want to understand." Her lips parted, and she blinked rapidly. "No one asks why," she said softly, almost to herself. "No one ever asks." "What do you mean?" I asked, leaning forward slightly. "My people, the nurses, the healers, we are not allowed to show weakness," she explained. "Not in front of patients. Not in front of anyone. It is our duty to care, to stabilize, to maintain calm regardless of what we feel inside." I felt a pang of empathy. That must be exhausting. She nodded, the shimmer of tears still lingering. "It is. Sometimes the weight of what we see, the suffering, the loss, the mistakes humans and aliens alike make, it becomes too heavy to carry alone. But we do not speak of it. Not aloud. Not ever." I was silent for a moment, trying to process the honesty in her words. In my world, doctors and nurses dealt with trauma and grief, but there was always some outlet, a conversation, therapy, support. Here, it seemed different. Her culture demanded perfection, emotionless service. And yet, she was still humanizing herself to me by showing even a fraction of her inner turmoil. "Then why me?" I asked quietly. "Why show this to me?" Her gaze softened, and the faintest smile appeared. "Because you see me as more than a nurse. You see me as a person. You notice my humanity. Most humans do not." I felt a strange warmth in my chest. "That's all I can do. I notice. I care." For the first time, she let herself step closer. Her movement was hesitant, almost shy, yet deliberate. She placed a hand lightly on the edge of my bed. "It is dangerous, you know," she whispered, "to care for me in return. Many humans misunderstand what we are, what we are trained to suppress. I don't misunderstand, I said firmly. I see the courage it takes to be honest, even just for a moment. You are not weak because you cry, you are strong because you feel. Her eyes widened slightly, the green luminescence deepening. Strong, she echoed. No one has ever said that to me. Not ever. I realized then that this was more than a fleeting moment. It was a turning point for both of us. A human and an alien, from entirely different worlds, connecting over honesty, empathy, and vulnerability. I want to help, I said, my voice steady. Not just repair your patients, or your equipment, or your protocols. I want to help you too. Her breath caught slightly. Why? Because no one should carry this alone, I said. And because I think you deserve someone who sees you, all of you. She looked away, as if grappling with something inside. The air between us thickened with unspoken questions and possibilities. Then, finally, she exhaled deeply and said, I trust you. The words hit me like a wave. Trust from a species that rarely revealed weakness, from someone who had every reason to guard herself. I felt my own resolve strengthen. Then we start here, I said gently, together. In the following days, we worked side by side. I helped repair damaged life support systems, recalibrated alien diagnostic machines, and assisted with patient recovery protocols. But it was not just the technical tasks that mattered, it was the moments we shared. Quiet exchanges in dim corridors, soft conversations about our respective worlds, and fleeting glances that communicated more than words could. She began to open up more, sharing the stories she had suppressed for years. Tales of young patients lost to accidents, of medical emergencies where she had failed despite her skill, of personal sacrifices made in silence. Each revelation only deepened my respect and admiration for her. Then came the turning point. An unexpected chemical leak in the lab triggered alarms. I ran to her side as she worked furiously to contain the situation. Sparks flew, and the air filled with the acrid smell of ozone. Together, we navigated the crisis, her hands guiding mine through delicate procedures. When the alarms finally stopped, we both collapsed against the wall, breathing heavily. She looked at me, eyes glistening again, but this time, not just from sadness. There was relief, pride, and a flicker of something deeper. You saved me again, she whispered, not from death, but from solitude. I shook my head. We saved each other. That's how trust works. For the first time, she smiled fully, a luminous, radiant expression that softened her normally composed features. You are remarkable human, not just for your skills, but for your heart. I felt a warmth I had never known in the cold expanse of space. Her words, her honesty, her willingness to reveal even the smallest piece of vulnerability had changed something fundamental. I realized then that this connection, between human and alien, healer and patient, stranger and companion, was extraordinary. Weeks later, when my ship was finally repaired and I prepared to depart Erythra 9, she approached me one last time. Her hand brushed mine lightly, a silent acknowledgement of everything we had shared. Remember, she said softly, crying is not weakness. Feeling is not failure. And I will not forget you, human. You saw me. I won't forget you either, I replied, holding her gaze. You taught me more than any training, any mission, any world could. As I lifted off the planet, leaving the bioluminescent domes of the outpost behind, I understood that our encounter had changed me forever. Not because of danger or alien technology, but because of empathy, honesty, and trust. She had shown me that even in a galaxy filled with distance, Fear and uncertainty, the courage to feel and the willingness to care could create bonds stronger than any starship, stronger than any empire. And somewhere in the infinite stretches of space, I knew she was looking up, thinking of me, as I would always think of her, the alien nurse who cried, and whose response changed everything. Ending summary. Darien and Nerya form a bond that transcends species, grounded in empathy, trust, and honesty. Through danger, shared experiences, and vulnerability, both learn that showing emotions does not signify weakness but strength. The story concludes with mutual respect, understanding, and the lasting impact of recognizing and valuing one another's humanity, even across alien worlds.